Previously on North Korean space program. Well, it's in the air now, so at least I can fly it. Oh, that did not go well. And now we'll have a good starting point for a communications network around the moon. Hello everyone and welcome back to Filmir Productions. In my tin can video I mentioned that I would like to make some changes to this series, and I've decided what changes I'd like to make. So we're going to start doing some more unconventional things, I think. But unfortunately, we don't have the science to do unconventional things. We have a very conventional things tech tree at the moment. So we're going to have to do some missions to improve that tech tree and get to the more wacky stuff. In order to get the science that we're going to need to do interesting things, I'm going to be starting off here by building a rocket for a lunar flyby mission. And it's just going to be simple, one Kerbal, 10 days worth of life support, give or take, and all the scientific instruments we have at our disposal so far. Hopefully we can set up in a way that will pass through both the high and low zones so that we can kind of dip even further into that science. And also no Kerbal is passed into high orbit, so we'll be passing through at least 3 different zones that we'll have only partially explored with robotic vehicles. So there's good potential here to get at least another couple tech nodes unlocked. Here we are on the pad with the Muna 2 rocket fully completed, piloted by Valentina. If you're wondering why I started with 2 and not 1, looking what happened to the last mission starting with 1, they didn't go very well, so maybe it's just bad luck, and I'd like to have some good luck with this mission. There we go. Of course, these are the rockets where they need the ground clamps for ignition, so we have to use those and then let go once we're at full throttle. Alright, there we go. The hardest part of using these engines is finding something to do while you wait for the burn. That was like another 7-minute burn, so now we have a maneuver node to the moon, and we're just gonna execute that one. Heh, burn time 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, we have a bit of a weird orbit here, but hopefully I'll be able to fix it. It's kind of hard to find tweak an orbit when your engines don't really want to cooperate. But we can get rid of this stage here. That's just gonna get all ullaged up anyway. That's why I brought this smaller hypergolic stage in order to make sure that we had a backup in case I had any problems. Alright, there we are, Valentina Kerman in orbit of the moon. The moon. I always want to say mun when I play this, but it's the moon, the real moon. Unfortunately, along the way to the moon, our batteries ran out, which means that we can't collect any of the scientific instruments, any of the data from the scientific instruments that we have on board, because those all require electricity, unfortunately. So we can still get Valentina Kerman out there, do the EVA reports, and 20 science. Yeah, those are definitely going to help us. But we're going to have to probably do... There's going to be more opportunities to get science. I did take a quick moment to collect the high altitude over Kerbal science, the high orbit over Kerbal science, which means that this isn't a total failure, but we're not getting as much science as I'd hoped, which is a shame. And then the hardest part of this mission is going to be getting back, because these maneuver nodes the requirements are very finicky. Well, we have a problem. Valentina Kerman is now stuck in this capsule because it ran out of electric charge, and apparently that means that she can't activate the engines that she's going to need to fix her her velocity. So we're gonna have to figure something out to get Valentina back. This is gonna be interesting. Setting multiple world records in both the speed and scale of its construction, we have the Muna 2B here on the launch pad at Sohae launch facility. On top of this monster of a rocket, we've got an empty crew capsule, as well as a probe core that will guide this crew capsule all the way to Valentina Kerman's out-of-control pod. She'll transfer over, hop into this one, and on board we have over 30 days of life support, so that depending on how much Delta V we have left after the rendezvous, we'll decide the best course to take to safely land her back on Earth. This will also be the first rocket of this playthrough to take advantage of the stage recovery mod, which I added recently. These large boosters, you'll get a better look of them as we rise towards the sun. These large boosters do have parachutes on them because they're very expensive, and hopefully we'll be able to salvage at least some of the cost of this rocket. This mission has to go right, or else we just have no more money in the bank. And we lose Valentina Kerman. Alright, we have a maneuver node set up, and hopefully this hydrogen doesn't boil off too much. That would complicate the maneuver node, and I'd have to adjust it, but we'll see. It's going to be in 1 day, but Valentina should be fine. And there we go. Like I expected, we're gonna have to use these our very tiny hypergolic engine to make the precision maneuvers. But that tank got us very close, and I think that judging by we'll have a relative velocity of 2,600 meters per second. So to cancel out, we'll hopefully arrive to Valentina Kerman and make our intercept with something close to 8 to 900 meters per second of delta V to spare, which should definitely be enough to let us return to Earth if we do it at the proper time. That put us much closer, and now we'll be intersecting within 81 kilometers of Valentina, and we'll probably jump forward to within 10 to 20 minutes of that intercept to start making the rendezvous burn. I'm going to try to do a initial course correction right now because our orbits are kind of wildly apart. So I'm going to try to do a little initial burn here to try to correct that. Alright, here we go. It's now or never. Little too aggressive of a burn. We can fix that. Valentina's gonna have to jump for it. Across 4 kilometers. Well, no. I can get it closer. There we go, 0.9 kilometers. That's all the jump she's gonna have to make. That's as close as we're gonna get. Alright, a very hungry and thirsty Valentina Kerman is now inside, is in the pod. I'll have her leave her parachute behind because we're gonna need to drop all the weight we can. Make sure we take all the data or else this mission would have been a little bit of a waste. Alright. Now for the most tense part. She's gonna make this jump. There we go. And she's on board. Valentina Kerman successfully navigates her way across 2 kilometers of open space. 2 kilometers of open space to get to the capsule here. And we could have waited till she got closer, but it was more dramatic that way. Now we need to return back to Earth. We perform the first rendezvous and the first crew transfer near Earth. At least we're getting some milestones out of this mission. And we have Yep, over a month of life support, so we'll definitely be able to make a more cautious return. Wait, we're going to accidentally cross over the moon again? Valentina just cannot get enough of the moon, can she? One final burn and Valentina will be back to the Earth. A little later than she intended. By almost a month. But that's okay, she'll get there alive. Valentina flexing on all the other astronauts by performing not one but 2 flybys of the moon in the same mission. Technically this isn't the same mission anymore, I think, but it counts. Oh, it's getting toasty on there, is it? Here's hoping that heat shield works like it says it does. Well, that's a lot of G's. That was stressful, but that heat shield held up exactly like it said it would. Now we just have to wait for the pod to slow down enough and we can arm the parachutes, and then Valentina Kerman can land wherever we are. And there we go, Valentina splashes down safely on the Earth, spending over an extra month longer than her mission was supposed to, and wrapping up probably the most complex mission I've ever done in Kerbal Space Program. So, I was gonna do more, but this whole thing threw me off balance, so I'm gonna call it here and figure out what to do next time. So, I will see you all then, and thank you for watching.